Zombie Nightmare. This is yet another old horror movie that was covered by Mystery Science Theater 3000. Uh, it isn't very good, but it does have notably two things that I really enjoyed that sort of saved this movie. One of them is Adam West, who, if you don't know who that is, I'm sorry. He was the original television Batman, and his Batman was super campy, and it's kind of hard to separate him from his extreme campiness from that.
Hand me down the shark repellent bat spray.
And he plays the spoilers, primary bad guy in this. He's not the killer, but he's sort of behind the killing, sort of. And he is actually, just because he's Adam West is pretty amusing.
Hey.
What?
It's a celebration. Hey. Hey, the case is closed.
Long live the case.
Hey.
Hey. Hey. Hey. Hey. Hey. Hey. Hey. Hey. Hey. Hey. Hey. Hey. Hey. Hey. Hey.
The other thing is, I'm not sure whether one of the main cops who's investigating this series of murders done by this super zombie guy, his voice sounds like the Penguin, and it is pretty hilarious. I couldn't tell when I was watching it whether it was done after the fact, which is hilarious. If that were the case, that means his voice must have been much worse than that. Or if his voice just actually just sounds like the Penguin. Yeah.
Ah, Frank. Nice to see you can make it to the clam bake.
Talking to the Penguin?
Now the boys are trying to fish Lover Boy out of a swimming pool full of blood.
About your voice,
You get anything out of good old Joe?
Oh, old Joe is a wealth of useful information.
Yeah.
Do you know how many times they refinish the floors in here?
Yeah, it was totally ridiculous. The MST3K riff of this one is quite good. I actually think it's overall a more watchable movie than a lot of them. It's also I think, more recent movie. I think this is an 80s movie, and most of theirs go back a little further than that. The other thing that really stands out about this is the soundtrack, where they have this sort of mixture of, it starts with Ace of Spades over the credits, and all of the songs are kind of jarring and unnecessary, but then again, they're trying to establish one of the primary characters as this absolutely horrible punk guy who murders a good Samaritan and thus creates zombie, and the zombie's out to sort of basically kill those damn kids these days that are doing all their shenanigans. So yeah, it's sort of a karmic zombie who's not really just killing random people. It doesn't seem like he's sort of killing bad people. I didn't really catch why the motivations behind it all. It is kind of boring. It was more or less enjoyable because of little spurts of stuff that happen. And also whenever Adam West, or the primary cop, is on screen, it's hilarious. Overall, it's, I'm pretty ambivalent about it, which means that I wasn't in pain watching it. So that's something positive to say about it. I will say something about this one. I had to rewatch it because I couldn't remember anything about it, apart from Adam West. And I rewatched it, and I still don't remember a whole lot about it. It kind of plods along at times. I feel like it could have been edited a bit better to cut it down. It really... Even though it's called Zombie Nightmare, it doesn't really play off like a zombie movie like you would think. It plays off more like a slasher. Yeah, it feels like sort of he's hunting down, he's sort of picking off this group of kids one by one. So it has a definitely more slasher feel. Like, when you hear the title Zombie Nightmare, you're imagining like a zombie horde or something like that. And that's not the case with this one. The zombie effect is not great. That's another thing that sort of stood out, is the monster zombie creature is not particularly awesome. Oh goodness, what else is there? There's a baseball team for some reason. Also, I think this was, at least the MST3 guys kept joking about Canada, and I think it probably was filmed in Canada. There's a few things where signs looked like they were, bilingual to French or something. There's also a lot of bad 80s fashion in this. If you get a kick out of seeing that in movies, like maybe Laser Blast is kind of like that too, this has plenty of that. So if that's your bag, this movie is totally for you. So anyway, that's Zombie Nightmare. Not a whole lot else to say about it. Check it out, I guess.
Oh, what the hell else would I be doing at 3 o'clock in the morning?